So, Ron, thank you for joining us for this episode of JMI TV. Everyone, we have Ron Shorts here from Fox Thermal here to talk to us about thermal mass meters. This is going to be a little bit of a different episode because we have no PowerPoint. This is just us talking, and thankfully, Ron has the amount of experience needed to make this a very worthwhile conversation. Ron, I'm really excited to do this. So we're going to go through the website with you, and we also have the number of digital resources we have now. I mean, JMI itself has, I think, 4 or 5 videos. I know the website has a handful of videos. You can learn just about everything about this product online, can't you?
Yes, you really can. We introduced the videos, the 3 videos that we have on our website. We did send out a notice, but everybody's busy, don't always know, kind of delete it, don't even see it on the website when they're just going there for a specific reason. But yes, there's great things on theory video you can use with your customers, and digital advantages that we have and so forth. So yeah, I'll show you where they are if we have time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna real quick just share my screen. So here's the Fox Thermal website, and I'm gonna let Ron drive in a moment. But here we are talking about the digital difference. I would say that this video, if you wanted to really learn in depth more about what Fox Thermal does that's unique, this is a great resource. There's a video tab here, and we try to make the information really easily accessible. So these are some of the Fox Thermal videos on JMI's our YouTube page, and soon to be our JMI website page. Here's a handful of videos as well. This one walks you through how to calibrate and validate your calibration digitally. You don't have to, test any outputs anymore. You can just plug it into a laptop. Here we can change the gas composition digitally. You can kind of see that just for real quick. How you just plug it into a laptop. If your gas composition changes, you can adjust for that very easily. And then we've got some case studies as well, some real life applications. But Ron, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to stop sharing real quick. And we're going to walk through. Ron's going to help us. I'm going to make him the presenter. Ron's going to help us select a meter for a real life application. So Ron, go ahead and click accept. It gets sent your way.
Let me go back then. I'm just seeing a full screen with let me see, is it on the left-hand column?
Yeah, do you see a button that says start sharing in the upper left corner?
Oh, okay, got it, yep.
Go ahead and click that, and then there's a couple more buttons to click. It'll bring us right to the Fox Thermal website.
Okay.
I'll bring it to your screen first, then we'll.
Yeah, it looks like it's working towards opening my entire screen. Slowly.
You clicked the share your application window or share your window. Did you click on that?
I clicked on the start sharing button, and it's still, going round and round. And then I clicked on, the share your screen. I clicked on my entire screen. Yeah, not sure what's going on.
The beauty of all these different Wi-Fis working together perfectly. You know what? If it's not doing much, I can take it back. I can drive for you if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. That'd be great.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that for you.
So I need to cancel it then?
You're all set.
Okay.
So, all right. So start sharing. Let's see here. So everybody should see my screen. Ron, can you see the Fox Thermal webpage?
I do need to cancel that one out. I do see it.
All right, perfect.
What I'd like you to do really quickly is, like, we won't go across the top, but you can get to everywhere you need to go across the top: product page, history of Fox, applications, boom, boom, boom. If you scroll down, what I'd like to do before we configure a meter is just open up one tool down way below. Keep going, all the way down the bottom. I just want everybody to look at okay, keep going. There's on the left-hand column, go a little, compare Fox products. Click on that if you would.
All right, so right here. Yep, so under the products tab, we can compare all the products. Okay.
Yes.
And here they are.
Yes. This is a tool that, go ahead and open it up and and then hit the printer friendly version, because it's not showing us all the differences. It's showing the key differences right there, but there are more. But anyhow, I like to ask people to keep this with them, travel with it. When we get into this next exercise where we're going to select a meter, it's going to narrow down choices for us. But if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see, like at the FT1, we'll hone in on that later. But if you scroll down, you'll see that the velocity range is different, so I just wanted you to know where this is, and if it's familiar to you, you're great. If not, it's a really easy little cheat sheet when you're with your customer. If it's with certain outputs, certain communication buses, the velocity limits of the FT1. So if you want to go back out to the main screen, we'll get into configuring a meter.
Yeah, so this is kind of the framework that the configurator uses, it sounds like.
Exactly. Precisely.
Yeah, so this is a really good tool to have. So,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm going to head back to this page here, printer friendly version. So yeah, I don't know what meter I want, Ron. Can you help me? Can you help me choose a meter?
Yeah, go back out to the home screen. We could get to it other ways across the top and bottom, but go to the home screen.
All right.
Let's scroll down again and find help me choose a meter. Okay.
All right. Here's one.
No, I mean, there's actually, there you go. Help me choose a meter. There you go.
All right.
There's a configuration tutorial there that Greg did that's beautiful. So in this case here, it's going to begin to help us in our selection process. Let's go ahead and if we picked 0.25 inch, or I'm sorry, 3/4 inch to 1.25, it's just going to give us inline meters. So go back down to the third button and hit 1.5 inch or larger pipe.
Okay. Huh.
So now here you have two choices, either insertion or inline. Now the reason we have two choices, it has to be 1.5 inch or larger pipe to use an insertion meter. Okay. Now here's where you think they ask us, do you want inline or insertion? So in your head, it's really like, how much straight run of pipe do I have? If I have plenty of straight runs, 15 upstream and 10 diameters down, we can go insertion. Now, the inline meter itself is 12 inches long, but before and after that, it would be 8 and 4. You could hit no.
My dog disagrees with you. Go ahead, Ron. Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead and hit insertion here. Let's assume we have the straight runs of pipe, and if they're limited, so here's a big one. The FT1, the FT4A, and the FT4X are 24 volts only. The FT2A and FT3, you have a choice. Let's go with 24 volts. There's certain things in the oil and gas industry where API compliant, and our FT4X has 30 days of 24-hour totals that are kept in a log and so forth. Let's just say no to this, and we're just in a regular put no. So we only have 3 meters out of 5. So this one here, I did this intentionally, but what we've done is we can use any one of our meters at this point in time. So you might sit there and think that wasn't very helpful, but at the same time, we could have worked our way down to 1. If I said Profibus or DeviceNet, we would have been down to an FT2A, but we're wide open now. And let's just assume that somebody just wants the standard 4 to 20 and pulse outputs. It's 24 volt DC power. And let's just pretend we're going to natural gas to a boiler. Okay. So let's click on the FT1 insertion.
All right. That one.
Beautiful. Yep.
Okay. So I did that. And then now I'm down here at choose a model FT1 insertion.
Yep. It's already building. If you slide down, it's already building the model code for you. So let's go into, so we can work our way down here. So let's go in, let's change it from methane. and look at those choices. Click on the arrow within the gas menu box there. And why don't you go ahead and pick natural gas pipeline grade.
Okay. Natural gas is a mix of gases.
That's
Fox
right.
defaults to NASB standard, which is common. All right, so now we have a mix of gases. Oh,
there you go.
All right.
So there's the North American Energy Standards body. That is the standard for all the different types of, or many different sources of gas in our continent right now. So go ahead and hit OK, and then that will populate. What we're doing here is creating.
Ron, I got a question for you. What if I wanted to change something? Could I do that right here?
As long as it equals 20 or 100%, but I think we might get kicked out here. Now this, you can do that elsewhere in the menu. There's you can build a 5 gas mix. If this is not your mix, I would leave this as is and go out and enter your own compositions, if you know.
So you would do that later if you wanted to change it?
You could do that right now rather than choosing this. If you say you wanted, you have a mix, say it's a digester gas application, and there's a certain amount of CO2 and methane, and the treatment plant knows that, I would go out and select another choice that we had and enter those in there. I'm not sure you can change this. I never have.
Okay.
This is, you know.
Just because I know how configurable the meter is, and we have videos on that, on the JMI page at least, how you can change the gas composition even after you've bought the meter. But I agree with you. So let's go ahead and stay with this for now. I'm gonna keep going on configuring. Yeah. All right. So there's my gas selection.
Right. No, if you want to click down on that same box, because I don't want to disappoint anybody, but because I wasn't, but if you look in that same box again, where you would do what you wanted to do is go ahead and create a mix yourself and use these components. As long as they add up to 100%, you're good to go. So that's where I would do, that's where right there. That's where I would do what you wanted to do, Andrew.
I could just do anything and it's boom.
Go ahead. Let's just do that.
There. So that's my custom gas mix, which makes no sense, but but I could do whatever I want.
Yeah. So go ahead. Now we have to, the fitting height. If anyone has questions about the units of measure of the fitting height, you can click on there. There's a little question mark there you go. And it'll explain and bring up a drawing. So the fitting height is between those two lines.
There it is right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, when you're choosing a meter, it's half the pipe size plus 3 inches. That's the 3 inches right there that we allow for the weldolet and the fitting height. Okay.
Cool. Okay. All right.
All right. So let's go down. Let's just say it's a 2-inch pipe, and then it'll populate our ID for us where it's flashing red. It wants you to go to the left to the pipe size there. Put in 2-inch.
So pipe size 2-inch, schedule 40, and then it gives you the inner diameter. Okay, cool.
That's right. Yeah. Let's just pretend we do have limited straight runs of pipe. Maybe we don't have 15 and 10. We still wanted to go with an insertion. Let's add a 2-inch flow conditioner.
All right, 2-inch flow conditioner.
Right. Essentially what that does, and you guys should all have information on that. If you don't, shame on me. We've been selling them though for a couple of years. This is our own design. It's the 2nd generation, and it basically cuts that 15 and 10 up and downstream pipe diameters in half. Okay.
Cool.
So, so it shows our we'll scroll down now. We're down to probe length. It shows that for us based on half the 2-inch pipe diameter plus the fitting height. So we're good there. Now let's go ahead just throw 600 in there, and we'll hopefully get an error code.
All right.
Yeah. See, the velocity in the FT1 is 25,000 standard feet per minute. If that is your actual flow rate, we might have to bang up in a line size, but you just go ahead back in there. I think 500 will work. Okay. There you go. So
there's my PM right there.
Yes, there's your standard feet per minute velocity.
Hang on just 1 second, Ron. We have a question in the Q&A.
Okay.
The question is from Dan. When using a flow conditioner, does the calculator show what the pressure drop would be?
No, it doesn't. We just have that in our notes. It's minimal and fully recoverable. So there is no graph, there is no sizing chart or anything, but I have a way of calculating that internally, but it is really minimal.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we're here at the pressure range.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can just slide up and down like that. Okay, cool. What do you want me to put in there?
Just go ahead and put in 15. This meter itself, do this. Go ahead and throw in 740 PSIG.
All right.
Just for giggles. It'll accept that. Put in 741.
Yeah.
put in 741.
Oh. Looks like it's kicking me out of there.
Yeah, it kicks you out of there. So this meter itself, in an insertion style meter of this nature, you can go up to 740 PSIG pressure. And, of course, if you have an FT1 inline with flanges, 300-pound flanges or 150 or NPT, you're not going to have 740 PSIG capabilities, but go ahead back in and put 15 PSI for this boiler application.
Yeah, so it sounds like pressure is not an issue for these. This isn't going to be what fails.
Yeah, that's not for this insertion style. No.
Yeah.
In a flow body, we'd be limited to flanges, ratings, and so forth. Temperature, go ahead and leave it at 68 if you like, unless you just want to play with it.
That's all right.
It's going to span your 4 to 20 for you too.
Oh, right here, 4 to 20 selection flow. Yeah. Perfect. So could I change? So if I wanted it to be 150 to 450, I could just do that, couldn't I?
You could. Yes. Okay. You mean where you're changing the bottom end instead of 0 to 450? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You're all good to go there. In this, the display, whether you want a display or not, I really always recommend it. There's cases where it's going to be buried in the ceiling or something, and they're taking an output that they'll read from. But go ahead, you're including the display and configuration panel.
Okay.
All right. So it's the outputs are spanned. Right there, you choose the standard as 4 to 20 in pulse. You have option there for heart and 4 to 20 in pulse.
I see BACnet. That's a unique option, and Modbus.
Yeah, when we first came out with this meter, the intent was to go after the building technologies world, and we crushed it out of the gate. It was really amazing. As salespeople, it was back when the oil and gas was tanking again, and we really put our heads together. We thought we needed something else for our reps, and we went to Siemens Building Technologies and places like that, and we were getting orders right out of the gate. And that doesn't happen really. You know what I mean? Usually you're going back and beating on the door. Well, it was about a month after the release of it, and then Onicon came and purchased us.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder why we had something to do.
Yeah. So okay, so at our maximum flow rate, the pulse output it shows you it's already spanned your pulse output as well.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. You could put.
So what we just did, we just put all the parameters in for an FT1 meter exactly how we wanted it, and I'm guessing if I hit this button at the bottom, it's going to give me. It's going to come from the factory exactly like I just put it in, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not completed yet. You're right. You can put a project name in there before that. Go ahead and put JMI.
Yeah.
Just and JMI test, and that way, when this is generated, it won't be shared with you guys unless you know what I mean. That's part of our lead generation. But go ahead and hit OK. I'll show you what happens.
Okay.
So here's where you select your cable or stainless steel tags or power supply, certificate of conformance, whatever. All your accessories. If it were an oxygen application, you select right here. So we would like this always to be part of the application data sheet. So it's an extra check and balance, you know?
Mhm.
And then, then of course there'd be line items on your PO to match up to it. But when you're ready to hit save, go for it.
Okay. Application ID has been created. Click continue to view PDF of application. So this is going to give me exactly what I'm looking for right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Go to click continue, and there's my meter.
There it is.
Full model code, got a specific app ID for this exact application, and
Right.
there's all the parameters that I just put in, and then it'll go right to JMI for a quote.
That's
All
right.
right.
It'll go to Fox when you create that. No, you can go back. Well, scroll down a little bit once. I want to just make sure there's no message at the bottom that I'm overlooking. Okay, you're good. So you can just create a PDF yourself, save it to your desktop, and also if you're registered on our website, well, you could go back in there and punch in this app ID 25487 and it'll come up. So it's your it's your binder. You know what I mean? It's your storage cabinet right there.
So this is where, if we had already done this in the past, I could save this to my computer, and if I wanted to replace it for MRO or any other reason, I would just take this app ID, and the next time that I wanted to configure a meter, I would just put the app ID in, wouldn't I?
Yes, you would. And if you wanted to make a change for some reason, say your customer's upper end flow rate changed or anything else, temperature rating, if he wanted to make any change to it, you could go in, call it up, make a change, and we will create a new number for you. It will be creating a new app ID with any change just to be safe,
Nice.
and yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and this is you can see here how many different models there are. I mean, if you're looking for inline or insertion flow for, I mean, just about anything, you also were able to see custom gas. I mean, the low flow on this thing, we really go into some of these details in some of our videos here, but the low flow, the engineering of this product is really top notch. And that's the main reason that JMI represents it. We wouldn't represent a different thermal mass meter because of just the number of features that you guys have.
I appreciate that, and the same goes for you guys. We thoroughly enjoy the relationship, and I love your team and the leaders, and yeah, it's just exciting working with you guys. I just wish you were in Southern Illinois, Michigan, and other places.
Well, we're working on that as well. So.
And we're not resting on our laurels at Fox. We have fast become technological leaders in the space, I believe. And it's the DDC sensor technology. Everyone else, all your competitors, if there's a change in a meter, they send it back. It has to be recalibrated. Ours, that's what the DDC platform provides: customer ease, less money for shutting down a process, taking something out of storeroom, shipping one back, and only to find out it was dead nuts. So we can, as you already know, you've already done the video on the Cal-V. That was a big feature for us and a big decision.
Yeah, and that's all also described in this video. Guys, for those of you watching this at home, feel free to contact us as well. If you'd like more information on this product, you've got jmicompany.com/flow measurement. If you click on gas flow, it's going to bring you right to our thermal mass meter. This is another place for more info and more of the videos. And you can choose the right meter right from here. Go back to the Fox Thermal website. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you, Ron, so much for doing this. We appreciate you the meter with us.
I greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. Thank you.